So the idea here is simple, really. We're just going to go in with a thinned black, just the same as I used before in the other video, and we're going to fill in all these metal spots. It's basically just because it's thinner, makes it easier for us to keep the details, and we don't have to worry about clogging things up and getting too thick on the paint. So here we go. You don't want to stay in one place too long. Just move around the model, find each spot as you're going along, fill it in, let it dry, continue around the model. It's going to take multiple coats, so don't worry about trying to cover in everything all at once. Just make sure you let everything dry before you move back to another spot. Use short, quick bursts. Don't get too crazy with it. On occasions you can just use the air if you have a double action to help dry everything up before you keep working in a single spot. Works a lot better on smaller models or when you're getting down to the wire on something else. On a smaller detail like this, you can dry it out, continue working in that spot. Also, just pulling slightly back on the trigger using less paint does pretty much the same thing when you're using something as fast drying as Windex as your thinner. Just keep the brush moving, never stay in one spot too long. You notice we're going over these multiple times and it's still not really clogging up the details at all, and that's kind of the point. We don't want to lose that whenever we're working on the model later. That's why I didn't go in with just a spray primer and try to fill those in with the big spray can. Now you can do this by hand, don't get me wrong, but the airbrush makes it a lot smoother. Again, let things dry out before you continue working on somewhere. And here I'm using the air again to dry out deeper crevices that are getting a little bit wetter than they should be. If you do end up clogging something up with a lot of paint or something, you can get in there deep with the airbrush like this and kind of push the paint back out. Now you'll leave a little bit of streak here and there if you're doing something a little bit more finished, not just base coats like this. But you can always go back over it with a couple of quick passes of the airbrush like that, and it'll help blend that back in, and it won't have that streak effect anymore. And that's pretty much it. I think you guys get the idea. Until next time.